Yo lads, how's it going? And welcome back to one of the biggest events of the year, which has been made even bigger. Team of the Year. And as usual, a new event means a new FIFA Ruban event guide. So if the video does help you out and I give you all the maths that you need in order to find out what is free to play, I would appreciate a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. Still, over half the viewers that watch these guides are not subscribed to the channel. It does help me out a lot if you end up leaving a like, subscribing if you're new, and all that good stuff. It helps grow the channel. I just spent about 2 hours or so working out all the calculations on stream. It's a bit of a night, all this event, just because of all the challenge mode that we don't know what's coming up, but I should have all the numbers knuckled down and we can find out what's free to play. Quick hint, one of the ultimate team of the years are free to play. So into team of the year, enough of the jibber jabber. I'm not gonna lie, straight off the bat, all the background and the event teaser, they both look insane. I absolutely love it. I think EA have done a really good job with this. So we'll start off as usual with the basic event flow. So to start off with, you have all your nodes here, but just note these reset every 12 hours. You have 4 skill games and 1 AI game. You've got to be playing twice a day, morning and night. Make sure you're doing them both. The first node and the last node give out team of the year tokens, and then the middle ones give out attacker points. However, on the first week, it gives out attacker points. On the second week, it gives out midfielders when the midfielders unlock. On the third week, it brings out defenders points when the defenders unlock. And then weeks 4 to 6, it'll end up repeating. But it's important, make sure you're playing twice a day. The attacker tokens, they go in the attacker path. This is how you progress through here. The midfielder tokens, when they release on week 2, they go in the midfielder chapter. Of course, it's not unlocked as of right now. And then the defender ones in week 3 and week 6 or whenever they come out, they're all going to go in the defender chapters. You can progress pretty far in each the attacker, midfielder, and the defender chapters. You just progress further in one, which is where you decide what you want to do with your team of the year tokens. Now, because I'm a Man United fan and I'm just obsessed with Ronaldo, I'm spending my trade-ins to get more attacker points so that I can do the exchanges. However, you can choose between attackers, midfielders, and defenders. I highly recommend putting all your tokens into one. I wouldn't recommend mixing it up between attackers and then do some midfielders, then do some defenders. It's not worth it at all. It's worth focusing ideally all on one. Other ways of getting points are also in the daily quests. As you can see at the bottom here, you got to score 25 goals and win 2 div rival games each day. So the 50 team of the year tokens is the ones that you do for the trade-ins, and then the attacker points, which are out right now, you use them in the attacker path. But again, in week 2 and 3, that's going to be the midfielder points in week 2, defender points in week 3, etc, etc. And then there's also more in the Star Pass. The Star Pass is a 100 tier Star Pass, so there's a lot of grinding for this one. It's a 42-day event, so a 100 tier Star Pass. You should be able to complete it all just by doing all your weekly objectives, your daily objectives, and then a bit of head-to-head VSA on the sides. But this gives out a mixture of team of the year tokens, attacker, midfielders, and defender points, and even some ultimate points as well, which is quite handy from EA Sports. But now, finding out what is free to play. So we'll start with the team of the year tokens. On the first and the last skill game, they give out 75 tokens every 12 hours. So every day, that's 150 team of the year tokens. 42-day event, which makes 6,300. You get 50 in the quests. Again, a 42-day event, so that's another 2,100. There's a total of 850 in the Star Pass. And then also, a little bit crafty from EA, 12,000 attacker points also gets you another 600. Just note, I'll explain how you can do this later on. You can get all these 1,800 tokens for each the attacker, defenders, and midfielders. So you can get a total of 1,800 from the Milestones. Now, challenge mode as well. There's a total of 450 team of the year tokens available in challenge mode. These are all AI games. There's no head-to-head again, so getting all 450 should be possible. So with the 11,500 tokens, it's 150 for each trade-in. You have to round down, which means you can do 76 trade-ins in total. In return from doing the trade-in, you'll get 60 team of the year points from either your attackers, your midfielders, or defenders, depending on which one you want to focus on. Now, for the team of the year points, what's free to play in there? So for the middle 3 skill games, it's 50 points, 60 points, and 75 points. Again, twice a day makes 370 from your daily skill games. You times that by 14 because we're expecting the attackers to last 2 weeks, midfielders to last 2 weeks, defenders to last 2 weeks, over the course of the whole event. There's 150 points in the daily quest. Again, we're expecting it to last 2 weeks for each section. So you times it by 14, which is the 2,100. And then we also have 2,350 in the Star Pass. Again, the challenge mode, we're expecting a total 3,500 for all attackers, midfielders, and defenders. But you can only use them in the relative section, so just remember that. So from doing the 76 trade-ins, like I said earlier, from doing all your team of the year tokens, that gets you an extra 4,560 points where you can focus on either one of the attackers, midfielders, and defenders. So as a minimum free-to-play, you can get 13,130 attacker, midfielder, and defender points. And you'll get that as a minimum over 2. And then on the third one, which is the one you decide to do your trading with, you get an extra 4,560, which means on one section, you get 17,690 points free to play by doing everything. Your daily quests, your skill games, completing the star pass, and doing the trade-ins into that specific section. Now, what can you get with all of that? The thing that I recommend doing, if you do all your trade-ins for the attackers, which means you'll be earning a total of 17,690 points free to play. It can take you pretty much all the way to the end of node 58 to get these extra 100 starter points. You need an extra 20 points. So the way that you're going to get them is by doing this trade-in just once. And that'll fund you the points that you need to complete all of this path. But you will do no exchanges. The exchanges aren't worth it for the amount of starter points that you get in return. So doing all your trade-ins for the attackers will get you 425 attacker starter points, which is enough for Lewandowski. But then remember, in the midfielder and defenders, you're still going to get 13,000 tokens as well, which will take you to about this node in the midfielder and the defender ones. We're expecting these to be the exact same for the midfielder and defender sections. This gives you 325 attacker starter tokens from just going up to that node, which again will be enough for a 94 starter as well. So it's possible that you end up claiming Lewandowski and then a 94 from the midfielders and then 94 from the defenders as well. If you were to do all your trade-ins into Lewandowski, you get 80 from doing Lewandowski, and then if you get a midfielder that's 94 rated, he'll give 60 ultimate points, and then a 94 defender will give another 60 points. 80 plus 60 plus 60 is 200. You get 25 in the star pass, which is 225. And as you can read above me, you exchange a team of the year starter and 150 plus ultimate points to get an ultimate team of the year master. As it says here, they're all master cards, so they're not going to be over the 100 rated, which is good, but you'll be able to get one of the lower overall ultimate team of the year masters free to play. The minimum is going to be 150, so a Messi might be like 300 ultimate points, and then one of the defenders might be 150, but it's an ultimate team of the year guaranteed. Just to note quickly, when you end up doing these ultimate team of the year trade-ins, you have to put in the team of the year starter as well. So for the striker, it's probably going to end up being Ultimate Team of the Year Lewandowski. If you want to get the Ultimate Team of the Year, you would have to trade in the 95 rated starter as well as the ultimate points that you end up getting. So the exchange is all linked together. So if one of the defenders is only free to play, the only way that you'd be able to claim the Ultimate Team of the Year defender is by trading in the base Team of the Year starter into the ultimate exchange. However, even doing the trade-ins, unfortunately, you are going to miss out on all the event icons and the prime icons that come available. So this Figo, he is not free to play. The Dino is nowhere near free to play. So you can dream on with these guys. There is going to be more resources in here for the ultimate section. We don't know what these are going to be, so I can't include these in my calculations, but I doubt it'll affect anything too drastically. It's a bit of a confusing one team of the year, but the main thing is you stick to doing one of these trade-ins. Don't mix it up with which ones you trade your team of the year tokens in for. Now, if you buy the star pass, you get an extra 9,000 tokens available for each of the attackers, midfielders, and defenders. And then also, if you do the trade-ins with the extra tokens that you get in the star pass as well, you can get an extra 10,000 for one of the defenders, midfielders, or attackers, which will be enough to end up doing just shy of 2 of these trade-ins, or the exchanges as they're called. You'll just be short of being able to get Messi if you buy the star pass. You'll need an extra 1,500-ish tokens. Again, you can do it in here using the gems and the FIFA points that you get from the star pass, or you may just need to spend a little bit extra. Now, how these exchanges work, I would highly recommend staying away from these free-to-play. I just don't think it's worth your points since the lack of starter points that you get from doing them. However, the way that you need to do it is getting one of these base nominee cards. So if you end up packing this Harry Kane, which is a team of the year attacker nominee, you can go to the attacker section, you can go into attacker 51.3, and then you'd be able to do the trade-in to get the 93 Kane. As it says above me, you'll be sacrificing another 6,000 attacker points, which is why I recommend staying away from it, because you might as well focus on trying to get to this node instead, because it gives more starter tokens and it's a lot less cheaper. I think if you want to end up getting these, it's best just to sell the starter and then buy a couple of the nominees, or if you end up doing the star pass, then this is the way that you can get some extra tokens as well. But I'd recommend going to the end first before you do the exchanges. So just to recap on what's free to play on the milestones, you can get 12,000 for each the attackers, midfielders, and the defenders. You're not going to get enough points to get the Figo even if you buy the star pass, and you're not going to get Dino unless you're a complete whale, and I don't know why you're watching this video if you're a whale like that. Same applies for the midfielders and defenders, which they end up releasing. To get the Messi, you'll need to go to the final node 58 and then do 293 rated trade-ins. That'll give you enough points to end up claiming him. And you'll need to trade in the FIFA points. There is a starter option in here. I ended up getting it with some of my leftover FIFA points, which I do think is worth it. If you end up getting the star pass again, it'll give you some extra points, which you can end up working towards that Messi if you end up wanting him. But yeah, in short, about 225 free-to-play Ultimate Team of the Year tokens. In terms of maximizing that from the star pass, as of right now, I'm not too sure. But yeah, that pretty much finished up this event guide for Team of the Year. 42-day event. I'm kind of hoping that we get something in between, because it is just skill games and grinding out the star pass. In terms of the rewards that you end up getting, is pretty nice, but over 42 days, maybe a little bit boring. Ultimate should hopefully spice it up a little bit. We'll see by the time that ends up unlocking. But I hope this guide helped you out. If it did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you are new. Check out my Twitch channel. There's a link in the description, as well as all my other social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Discord, all that good stuff. I would appreciate if you could join up in there. And until my next video, I will catch you later. Till then, stay safe, stay epic, and peace out. Adios.